Good morning. It's 9 a.m. We'll call to order the May 6, 2025 Board of Public Works and Safety meeting. I'm going to ask that we all please rise. We're going to begin with a moment of silence to honor and remember retired Sheriff Don Lauer, who passed away unexpectedly on May 5th, 2025. Thank you. Forward in front of you, you have the meeting minutes from the April 15th, 2025 regular meeting.
I'll move to approve those minutes.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion, a second to approve the minutes. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for a question. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Moving on to introduction of guests. We've got a pretty extensive group here today, so please know that once you've signed in, you'll be entered into the official meeting minutes and the record. So we'll move on to communications. We have a couple of 5-year recognitions. First one is going to be Bethany Hernandez with the Auburn Fire Department. So I'd say congratulations and thank you for 5 years of service. Next, Mark Gregory, 5 years water pollution. Congratulations. Thank you for 5 years of service.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll take one with the 2 5 years for them. Do you get one, Chief? Or, I didn't know if you wanted one or not. Andy will take one. Come on up here.
Hold on just
Whatever
a
you need.
second.
We'll get
Fix
this. We'll work through it.
What is going on? We're all right. It's just from the water. We're good.
It's always a gamble which camera to look at. All right, next one. I'm going to let Lori do the honors.
So we are here today to celebrate 30 years in retirement. Lisa Myers. Lisa, after 30 years of daily checking, rechecking, and crunching the numbers, it is time to slow down and not think about the next vendor that needs to be paid. I want to wish you all the best as you move into retirement to enjoy time with your husband, Jeff, your children, and your grandchildren. Stop.
I'm gonna cry.
Your attention to detail for making sure each and every invoice was accurate will be deeply missed. Once again, I want to thank you for all your years of dedication here in the clerk's office. Enjoy retirement.
Can I sit down now? Congratulations to you all. We did have one more for Officer Kyle Woods with the Auburn Police Department for 5 years, but he's down in Indy for a training, so the chief will present that award. Is there anyone in the public that would like to address the board? Okay, please come on up, state your name.
Dawn Burris from 9th Street Brew. Mary Burris from 9th Street Brew. I have some maps here of our facility on the corner of 9th and Main. And with the Auburn being constructed, the Auburn construction starting here probably in June, and the compromised parking that's going to be surrounding our space, we are requesting 15-minute parking spaces on the east side of 9th on Main Street between 9th and Jackson. There are 4 spots there. And we're only requesting them for a limited time from like 6 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. as that's our busy morning hour commute for people to work. And as you all know, we do not have a drive-through, so we can't service those people in that way. So we're just requesting that we have just when the construction starts until it finishes, those 4 parking spots for temporary parking, 15 minutes, just to help out to get people in and out.
And that was 9th,
It's
east side of
The
South
east
Main,
side-
between 9th and 10th.
yes,
right? Yeah.
yes.
You would you like to bring those forward, please?
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you. Appreciate it. I can understand the need for this. I was approached, but I did let the owner know that she would need to come in front of the board. The west side of Main Street will be completely blocked off between 9th and 10th. There may be a couple spots down on the south end, and then on 9th Street between Main and Jackson, that is going to be, I believe, completely sealed off, closed. They also have the farmer market, which shuts down Cedar Street 9th Street between Main and Cedar on Wednesdays. So I'm not opposed to putting up ballards from just Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 10:30 for drive-through or quick run in and out items. You know, she's really the only business like that around the square, so I can see the impact it would have.
Yeah, that was going to be my question is what kind of signage would be there to,
It would be the parking ballards. They'd have signage on them that says Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 10:30, 15-minute parking only.
And the parking's in, if it's 15 minutes, it's for anybody. But
Correct.
most of the people are going to be for you guys.
'Cause
Right.
the other
they are.
business on the block is not open till what, 10?
11. They don't open till
so
11.
We're the only ones open. But yes, it would be for whomever
Mhm.
would want to utilize that spot for 15 minutes. So I'm not opposed. I would be for this. That makes sense.
Yeah.
And we want to do what we can to help businesses continue to thrive.
What department do they go to get those signs? They do the signs themselves.
Police would actually set those out. So I will say, I will make a motion to approve 15-minute parking on the east side of South Main between 9th and 10th from 6 a.m. to 10:30, Monday through Friday only, from the time that they install the safety perimeter fence to the completion of the project, which we're looking at could be up, probably 18 months.
Second, that motion.
Any other questions or discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for a question. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else that would like to address the board? Okay, Okay, hearing none, we'll move on. Reports from department heads, building and planning.
Good morning.
Morning.
We have several items on the agenda this morning. First, our department's requesting approval for a 3-year planned maintenance service contract with Buckeye Power Sales. This service would be for the annual maintenance of our city hall generator and auto transfer switches in the amount of $1,075 per year. This would be an annual savings of $736 from our previous vendor.
I'll move to approve the generator agreement with Buckeye Power for $1,075 per year.
Second.
Have a motion, a second. Any discussion or questions? Hearing none, I'll call for a question. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
Thank you. Next, the owner of 911 West Auburn Drive is requesting approval for a utility services and easement encroachment agreement permitting the placement of a security fence in the easement.
I will move to approve the easement encroachment agreement for 911 West Auburn Drive.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion, a second. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for a question. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
Next, the owner of 1307 South Duesenberg Drive is requesting approval for a utility services and easement encroachment agreement permitting the placement of a fence in the easement.
I'll move to approve the easement encroachment agreement with 1307 South Duesenberg Drive.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for a question. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
Last, the building and planning department's requesting the board to affirm our action for the order of enforcement issued to Aureliano Ruiz Sr. and Elizabeth Marie Ruiz, property owners of 416 West 7th Street, Auburn. On April 15th, 2025, our office issued by certified and regular mail, along with hand delivery, a notice of order of enforcement to Mr. and Mrs. Ruiz, reference the building violations that exist per the provisions of IC 36-7-9, Chapter 159 and Chapter 158, the City of Auburn's Code of Ordinances.
I will move to affirm the,
Yeah, I'm not,
Hang on, because Ryan's got to go. Sorry, Ryan's got to go through some of this, and then I believe the property owners are here and they have an opportunity to
okay,
address the board.
okay. Thank you.
all right. So currently there are 4 sections of our city's unsafe building code and 11 sections of our city's minimum housing code in which these violations apply. The corrective measures for compliance have been stated on the notice of order of enforcement are as follows. The owner or the representative shall prepare and present a timeline to our office, a detailed plan of the work to correct each violation for compliance, including contractor's information and estimated dates of the completion for the work. The structures remain vacant and sealed until full compliance is achieved. Obviously, this doesn't apply to any contractor work. The structure's basement needs to be remediated by a professional contractor due to the flooding and positive presence of E. coli bacteria. The electrical system shall be inspected and deficiencies repaired by a licensed electrician. Hand railing needs installed in stairway between the first and second floors. The plumbing system shall be inspected and deficiencies repaired by a licensed plumber. The heating system shall be inspected and deficiencies repaired by a professional contractor. Fire resistive construction needs repaired throughout the residential structure. All exterior windows that are broken need repaired, be weather tight, and be in working condition. Foundation, ceilings, and roof repaired as needed, be weather tight and free of leaks. The property owners have 60 days from the date of the notice received to comply with the order of enforcement by completing all items listed above under corrective measures for compliance. If the violations are not corrected by June 16, 2025, then the structure may be demolished pursuant to the provisions of IC 36-7-9-5, Chapter 159 of the City of Auburn's Code of Ordinances. We have had no response from the property owners to date. Thank you.
Would the property owner like to come up and speak? Please state your name for the board.
My name is Aureliano Ruiz, and just to correct it, it's Junior. Senior is my father. Yes, Ryan has not heard from me up to this point. I've been working about 52 hours a week, which hopefully ends. This past Sunday was a 14-hour day. And health-wise, I'm not up to par, but I have been reaching out to different, I Googled hazmat cleaning, and I've been trying to find somebody to, which I think I may have today. This morning, I would call a few more places, and Tri-State Flood is calling their contractor. They know the situation, and their contractor's supposed to get a hold of me this morning. And as far as the rest of the stuff in the house, I haven't been able to do anything because the flooding is the main obstacle stopping anything else from being done in the house. I do have an electrician that he's no longer a licensed electrician. He's actually working for NIPSCO now. But he told me that he would come in and assess what needed to be done. I have knowledge from working with different contractors helping do stuff. I was going to run the wiring, all the wiring myself, and then have the electrician come in and check it. I bought spools of wire already to run the electricity. And a tenant decided that they were going to be proactive since they weren't paying their rent, that they would try to fix my electrical issues, and subsequently had the power company come and shut everything off. So it's just been one stumbling block after another. I don't see everything being done by June 16th, but I do see that the first step, which is the basement, the sewage damage and the E. coli being taken care of within the next week or so, depending on what the contractor says. And yes, they asked me about insurance and that. I said, it's coming out of pocket. My resources, my funds are limited, but my resources are, I have plenty of resources there where I can get the money, but I'm just, I'm here. I showed up, I overslept because I've been doing these hours at work for the last 3 months. And last month I showed up right at the end of the hearing, and I was kind of upset with myself, and I was kind of frazzled, and I didn't feel like it was the proper time to me to. I heard you ask if there was any other business that needed to be addressed, and that would have been my time to step up. But I just was in no mental or emotional state of mind to address the council, and so my apologies for missing last month's meeting, but I just hope that within the next 30 days here, or 30, 40 days, whatever it is, till June 16th, that I can accomplish enough that the council will give me a little more time to accomplish everything. I'm turned 64 in less than in 2 months. I turned 64, And if I lose this house, I can't start this all over again. I can't. I'm forcing myself to go to work because I physically am starting to have issues to where I probably shouldn't be working. But all I ask is for a little more time, and I won't disappoint this council, Ryan, the chief, this city. When one of the issues he had was the stairwell, the stairs, the banister being put back up. All the spindles were going to be the inside of the house. The house is over 100 years old. There's a lot of wood, and the previous owners painted over all this wood, and I was trying to restore all the woodwork, and it's got hardwood floors and whatnot, and took up all the carpet, and things have just snowballed in the wrong direction for me. Uh, the banister, I have all the parts, but now the spindles were in the basement where I was putting up a wood shop. I was going to restore the spindles and put the banister back together, with the stained wood. To My goal was, I know that it's an eyesore. I know it is. The first thing I did when I bought the house, I put a new roof on it. There was 4 layers of roof up there, and I didn't know there was that many. And I been paying everything out of pocket. I called a contractor from Chicago area, and he quoted me $700 to put a roof. I bought all the materials. He did the labor, just tearing that he was just going to lay over the another layer of sheeting or of shingles. And when he got here and they started inspect it, they found that there was a lot more layers and had to tear down. And I didn't have $1,400. I only had $700. So I asked him. I said, "Well, here's the $700." I said, "But if you give me 30 days, I'll have the other 7 if you go ahead and do the job." And he tore it down and did it. And a month later, he gave me an account number for me to deposit the money in his bank, the Chase Bank in Kendallville. That's all I can do is give my word. And I did the roof first because it leaks into the rest of the house, and I end up with a situation like I did with the basement. Um, I know that, like I said before, I know it's an eyesore, and my goal has been all along that um, I want to make it look to be one of the best looking houses on the block. That's my goal. And like I said, I just hope that the council gives me a little more time.
I appreciate that, Mr. Ruiz, and I appreciate.
And I will be back on June 16th. Is that the next hearing, or when is the next June's meeting?
So the violations per this order were to be corrected by June 16th. I can't speak for the other 2 members of the board. I can only speak for myself, that I am for, at this time, affirming the actions of the building commissioner.
Correct.
But my recommendation would be is to stay in contact with him. If you make progress over the next month and a half, that's going to be key. At least for me. I can't speak for the rest of the board, but I would suggest to stay in contact with the building commissioner. Begin some progress. Obviously, the basement is a difficult one because you just can't have anyone come in to take care of that. It has to be basically pumped out and then treated in whatever manner they treat it. So That would be my recommendation, sir.
And there isn't a next hearing set. That's the deadline for when this needs to be done. We get through that time frame, then a hearing will be set based on what the next steps are. So today the board has the option to affirm, rescind, or modify the order. And then depending on your compliance with the order and communication with the building commissioner, they can give extensions, they can choose not to. It's a lot of that's going to depend on you and
Correct.
what happens. But
That's understood. But I just wanted the council and Ryan I wanted to go on record as to what my situation was. And hopefully tomorrow we have some new help and I don't have to work all these hours and can focus on the house. All right.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
So I'll make a motion to affirm the action of the building commissioner and the notice of order of enforcement dated April 14th, 2025.
Second.
Oh, yeah.
We have a
Third.
motion and a second. Any questions or discussion by the board? Hearing none, I'll call for a question. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. IT.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Morning.
We have one item for the board. It's our master service agreement with DeKalb County. In this agreement, it mostly illustrates the roles between both the county and the city regarding, the limitations of liability. It builds that structure and also builds the structure out for the services we provide to the county regarding payment to the county, from the county to the city, and the terms of that payment for the work we provide to the county.
I'll move to approve the master service agreement between City IT and DeKalb County.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for a question. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
Thank you.
AES.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I have several things this morning. First up, we have a 5-year service agreement with the City of Garrett, and that amount will be, this is a renewal and an upgrade for them. Monthly reoccurring will be $751.95 per month.
I will move to approve the 5-year agreement with the City of Garrett for $751.95 a month.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any questions or discussion?
Just to add to this, I just think it is awesome. Another point of, I don't know. It's just great that we've got the county that uses our services, Ramil, what you just did, and then another city using our services for this. It's really cool to see. I think it is great, and you guys are doing a great job. Good job.
Thank you.
If there's no other question or discussion, I'll call for a question. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
Next, we have a construction quote estimate from Creek Enterprise. This will be for the overbuild, so getting more fiber over to Garrett to help get that project lit up. And that estimate is for 38,248 feet, and this would be the hardware material as well as the labor. Does not include the fiber. But these costs are $113,278.95.
I will move to approve the quote and estimate with Creek Enterprise for the cost of $113,278.95.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion or questions? Hearing none, I'll call for a question. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Carried.
Next, we have a utility permit agreement with the DeKalb County Drainage Board. This is to install infrastructure around 5 regulated drains or ditches. And these these drains and ditches are on the County Road 39 and 56, as well as County Roads 39 and 60 area.
I'll move to approve the utility permit and agreement with the DeKalb County Drainage Board.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the agreement with the DeKalb County Drainage Board. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for the question. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, same. Motion carried.
Thank you. Last, we have a request to, excuse me, apply for 5 grant locations on the Indiana Connectivity Program. And those grant locations are not disclosed, but they will just be, this is round 14.
I will move to approve the application for the grant through Indiana Connectivity.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion or questions? Hearing none, I'll call for the question. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
Thank you.
Nothing from Human Resources, nor the city attorney. That brings us to city engineer.
Morning.
Good morning.
Several items this morning. The first one is a property damage release form being requested, signed by the city. This is from Atlantic States Insurance Company on behalf of API Construction Corp. This is concerning reimbursement to the city of Auburn in the amount of $10,115.50, which the city paid to a private contractor for sewer tap repairs at 308 North Union Street on or about February 11th. This would be a reimbursement. This would be required for reimbursement.
I'll move to approve the property damage release for 308 North Union Street in the amount of $10,115.50.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for a question. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
Thank you. The next item is for our Memorial Park Improvements Project, which is ongoing. This would be change order number 2. This is going to result in an increase of $13,204.25. The new contract amount, including this change order, will be $2,293,244.75. This is a result of some unforeseen items dealing with the need to be some bad soils that were encountered for some post foundations for the open air pavilion, and then increasing the concrete thickness on the pickleball court. So both of them are unforeseen in the original contract.
I'll move to approve change order number 2 on the Memorial Park Improvement Project, increasing the cost an additional $13,204.25 for a new total of $2,293,244.75.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for a question. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, same sign.
Thank you. The next 2 items are separate motions, both concerning our 2026 paving project. Bids were received April 22nd. We received 4 bids, and the low responsive bidder was for Brooks Construction in the amount of $2,029,014. Just for your information, the engineer's estimate for that project was $2,932,130. The 4 bids were very close. I think being a project that's not going to be constructed till next year allowed us to get good pricing. So we would recommend accepting of the bids received and awarding the project to Brooks, which would include the notice of award document.
I'll move to approve the recommendation letter and notice of award to Brooks for the 2026 paving project in the amount of $2,029,014.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any questions or discussion?
Do you know if they had anything in there about like their price is good until a certain date?
Yeah, they're required to hold all pricing until construction.
Okay.
So we're good.
Great.
And this is a community crossings 50-50 matching, which is really good.
Is there any other questions or discussion by the board? Hearing none, I'll call for a question. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
Thank you. The second part of this, same project, a 2026 paving project. This would be acceptance of the agreement contract with Brooks Construction, acceptance of their performance and payment bond, and then to issue the notice to proceed.
I'll move to approve the agreement, performance and payment bond, and notice to proceed on the 2026 paving project with Brooks.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for a question. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
Thank you. The final item is one last right of entry agreement between the city and the leasee. And this is in regards to our State Road 8 sidewalks project that we're hoping to construct this spring and summer. This would be at the property 705 West 7th Street and with the leasee of Beefaroo Incorporated. This would be a right of entry agreement.
I'll move to approve the right of entry agreement with Beefaroo.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for a question. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we have clerk.
Good morning. I have two items for the board this morning, both from Otis Elevator Company. The first item is a testing, maintenance, and inspection of our dumbwaiter back in the clerk's office for $2,504.50.
I will move to approve the inspection of the dumbwaiter with Otis Service and Repair for $2,504.50.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for a question. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
Second item, and like I said, is also with Otis Elevator, and this is a addendum to add that dumbwaiter to the contract for the actual people elevator, adding $144.40 per month. I believe that is paid annually.
Okay. I will move to approve the addendum to the contract with Otis for the people elevator for $144 per month and 40 cents. $144.40 per month.
Paid annually.
Paid annually.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for a question. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
Thank you.
Next, we have fire.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Just one item for me. I'm requesting your approval to apply for the Gary Sinise Foundation grant. This is a fully funded grant and will be used to purchase firefighter PPE. Maximum amount of the grant will not exceed $25,000.
I will move to approve applying for the Gary Sinise Foundation grant.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for a question. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
Thank you.
Okay, we have nothing from the mayor this week, nothing from Parks. That brings us to police.
Thank you, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Auburn Police Department has a few items. First is a request to accept a grant from Sculpin in the amount of $2,500 for public safety.
I'll move to approve the Sculpin grant of $2,500.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for a question. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, same sign, motion carried.
Thank you. Next is a street closure request for the American Legion Post 97 for their annual Memorial Day service on May 26th from 10:30 a.m. to 12:15 p.m. They're requesting Main Street from 8th to 9th be closed and 9th Street from Main to Cedar be closed.
I will move to approve the street closure request for the American Legion Post.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for a question. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, same sign, motion carried.
Thank you. Next is a contract agreement requesting approval to enter a contract with Drone Sense in the annual rate of $7,648.10. This is a valuable technology platform that enhances public safety operations by providing real-time streaming of drone footage to officers, command staff, and incident command. The implementation of this technology will significantly bolster the department's ability to manage emergencies, search and rescue operations, large public events, and tactical operations.
I will move to approve the contract agreement with Drone Sense, the amount of $7,648.10.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for a question. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, same sign, motion carried.
Thank you. Next is a street closure request. This will be for Eckhart Public Library on Saturday, May 17th from 2 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. They're requesting to close 12th Street from Van Buren to the alleyway from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. for the actual street closure.
I'll move to approve the street closure request for the Eckhart Public Library.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for a question. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, same sign, motion carried.
Thank you. Next is another street closure request for DeKalb County Pride. They're requesting a street closure on June 28th from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. This will be a family-friendly Pride event, including vendors, bands, and kids' games provided and sponsored by Auburn Main Street. There will be no alcohol served. They are requesting 6th Street from Jackson to Van Buren be closed and Jackson from 6th to 7th to be closed.
I'd like to make a motion to approve this with Jackson Street from 6th to 7th staying the same, but 6th Street between Jackson and Van Buren, it only closes the east half, so from the alleyway to Jackson, because there are residents there on the west side of 6th in Van Buren that will need access. I did have a conversation with somebody on this, but it doesn't look like it's been revised. So that is the east half of 6th Street between Jackson and Van Buren, and then
Good catch.
from 6 to 7.
Second.
Sorry, that was long-winded.
That was good.
So we have a motion and a second. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for a question. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Same sign, motion carried.
Thank you. Lastly is another street closure request by the AC Robin Cord Duesenberg Automotive Museum on June 16th from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. They're requesting Main from 1st Street to North Street be closed for professional photography. This is something I'll work with street department and police for traffic to an extent, just due to the time and the location. Could be a little tricky.
I'll make a motion to approve the street closure request for the ACD Museum.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any questions or discussion?
I do have some discussion. As this is Main Street, it is a Monday or a Tuesday, I think. I forget. what
Monday.
Monday. So maybe that makes it a little bit better. And you are comfortable with having some officers posted to help route traffic then? As that's obviously a busy road.
Correct. I've checked on US 6 with that being back open. It'll relieve some of the stress from the detour that has been there. But we'll work on having extra people in that area.
They just detour down north though, right?
Correct. They'll go west on north over to Jack's
That
Ferry.
that jog there makes that easy.
Right.
Great.
Yeah, that's only a few blocks. So,
Yep.
okay. Any other discussion?
I hope they get their pictures they need.
Hearing none, I'll call for a question. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, same sign, motion carried. Thanks, Chief.
Thank you.
Street Department.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Street Department has the opportunity to purchase it's a used 2003 Freightliner chassis. The intent with this purchase is to late next year add an additional leaf vac system to that machine. It'll be fully controlled and operated by the driver. We got an opportunity to buy that for $20,000. The unit used to belong to the city of Angola. I've spoken to them up there. I feel like we're getting a pretty decent truck for this money. So I'd like your approval to purchase that unit.
I will move to approve the purchase of the used truck chassis for $20,000.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for a question. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, same sign. Thank you.
Thank you.
That brings us to electric.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
AE has 3 items for the board's consideration this morning. The first one is surplus of 12 kV breakers at the Clinton Street substation. These were installed in 1960, and we're hoping to sell them each for $780.
I'll move to approve declaring several of the Clinton Street substation breakers as surplus and then selling them.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for a question. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
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 Aye, opposed, same sign.
Okay, the second item we have for the board today, these are deed of easements. We're looking for your acceptance of them. The locations are West 8th Street, 118 West 9th Street, 112 West 9th Street, 215 South Main Street, 221 South Main Street, and 227 South Main Street.
I'll move to approve the acceptance of the deed of easements at the 6 locations: West 8th Street, 118 West 9th Street, 112 West 9th Street, 215 South Main, 221 South Main, and 227 South Main.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve all 6 easements. Any questions or discussion?
Did you have any issues with the owners in securing these?
No, not really.
Nothing major.
Nothing major. I think everyone's pretty cooperative and understanding that the need was there.
Yeah, the long-term project is going to be great for downtown.
Correct. Yeah, it's definitely
Good job.
It's needed. So thank you. Our third item. This is. Oh, I'm sorry.
I always do that to you, Justin.
You're good.
Bring up. Yeah.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
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 Aye, opposed, same sign.
Okay. The third item, this is a kind of a joint effort between Auburn Essential Services and Auburn Electric. This will save money for labor and hardware costs. We are going to be installing a 432 count to the west side of I-69 to increase the capacity for development. And then also this will help their build that supplies Garrett as well. We're seeking the board's approval to purchase 432 count fiber from KPG OFS for $104,820.63.
I'll move to approve the purchase of the fiber from KPG in the amount of $104,820.63.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion or questions? Hearing none, I'll call for the question. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Thank you.
Thank you.
Water.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Water Department has a few items for your consideration this morning. The first item is a proposal for an amount of $1,000 from Martin Riley. This is regarding our Water Department building improvements, expected to begin next month, by the way. This particular proposal is to include some additional design work to be included into the drawings for our video surveillance and electronic door security locks and things like that. It's actually outside the original scope. So in order to incorporate this now, we won't have to cut the building up later to incorporate it later at a future date. So asking your approval on that.
I will move to approve the Martin Riley proposal for the additional $1,000 in surveillance equipment.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for a question. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
Thank you. Next, actually the next two items are concerning the purchase of a new truck and a dump bed to build a small dump truck for the Water Department. So the first piece of that is the chassis cab quotes. We solicited for 5 and got back 2 quotes, which were both Ford quotes locally, one in Auburn, one from Garrett. Currently, that truck is not available through Ram or Chevrolet. So having said that, we'd like to award the purchase of that chassis cab to Ben Davis Ford here in Auburn, including the plow prep package and dual battery for a total amount of $59,584.
I will move to approve the truck purchase with Ben Davis Ford and the total amount of $59,584.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for the question. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, same sign.
Thank you. Last item and the second piece to that vehicle build out would be the accessory package, which includes a hydraulic dump body, strobe lights, auxiliary lighting, and a snow plow option. These accessories, particularly the snow plow option, will be universally interchangeable with several of the street department's plows for compatibility and parts and interdepartment use through several vendors. Listed there under the accessory package. The low quote for that total package was from W.A. Jones for the bed and lighting, the snow plow, and for a total cost, we'd like to award that to W.A. Jones for $47,063.00.
I will move to approve the contract with W.A. Jones for $47,063. I don't think it's a contract. I misspoke on that. So move to approve the purchase of these accessories with W.A. Jones for $47,063.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any questions or discussion?
I just want to point out that you noted that your budget for this total package was $175,000.
Yes.
Came in well under that.
Yes, the total package cost for the truck and the accessory build out is $106,647.00. So well under budget.
What I also like about this is that as one department buys a truck, there's other departments inside the city of Auburn that can use it when needed in emergencies. And it just shows another aspect of collaboration that we've seen a lot.
Correct, sure does. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
Yeah, we got to vote.
Got a motion and a second. There's no other further discussion. I'll call for a question. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, same sign, motion carried. And nothing from WPC this week. Announcements, next regular Board of Works meeting is going to be moved to Thursday, May 22nd, 2025 at 9 a.m. Is there any other business to come before the board?
I'll move to adjourn.
Second.
Hey, we have a motion and a second to adjourn. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. We adjourn.